why did Connor's camera eat his face? You see that? Look at it.
Yeah, no, I see it.
Only if you'll notice. So somebody bumped it. That's very cool. I need you to go out there and turn it slightly.
Yeah, you're gonna correct me.
Just turn it slightly to the left. I don't really care. I just don't need Connor's nose being the entire camera. But yeah, we are going to hop on board with Connor Brock going against TJ Radizak. Oh, okay. Somebody clip it. I need it. I need the reel.
I get it.
That's for that. It's fine. It's better than what it was. But I need it for the reel. They're gonna probably get in their match pretty quick. Everybody knows we have 4 rounds, so they're not trying to be here all day. As I say that, I'm updating something and they started playing.
Oh, I gave him the good. I wasn't sure what you were doing.
I'm panicking.
You always panic.
Round 2, start round timer. Do this. Okay, got a timer. So we got Connor Brock on Living End going up against TJ Radizak on, I believe he's only on 4 color. I don't think he plays binding. I could be wrong. I don't know. He changes his list a lot. There was one point he was only playing Jund. So we're going to call it 4 color. Or is it safer to just say they're all 5 color? There's Teamer, there's Theme Vents. So he didn't go out of the way to get a different triumph. So I want to say that he's more of a 4 color. Probably only plays like a Blood Crypt and one other triumph with black in it. Ren 6 come down, we cycle a Street Wraith. Doing it before we crack the fetch, which generally means we probably are missing a land. But it looks like he has it now. I'm gonna lose 6. I overdid that. Fetch as well. Connor knows in this matchup, he basically wants to get out as quick as possible before TJ is able to discard an Archon to like a Fable the Mirror Breaker. And then you have kind of a hard time whenever you go to cast your Violent Outburst or your Shardless Agent, and then they get to put in an Archon along with all your creatures. Archon's a big body. TJ conscious enough to potentially know what he's on to not get a swamp. The reason for that is so that these Street Wraiths will not have Swamp Walk, and TJ will be unable to actually block them. Land comes down. He does have Brazen Borrower Living in 2 in hand. It does play 4 Living Ends right now. Going to be a Brazen Borrower bounce the Ren 6. Connor down to 11. Came to adjust this. Then we have Aaron Taylor.
TJ replaces Renin 6. Brings back a Wooded Foothills.
I think I got all the other information in. So, big grief here. I was figuring out where other people were at. Connor, again, having an issue with just have all the draw in the world. Just has not found a Cascader. We tuned in round 1 with his match up against Alex. And he basically had the same scenario where he was able to put a ton of stuff in the bin. But it does not matter if you cannot Cascade to cast Living End to bring it out. So Spell Pierce fires off. Our Grief comes in, takes out the Spell Pierce. Connor griefs again, which I think I would have liked for him to. Well, you can't really hold it because, again, the whole thing with the Archon, but it might not matter. Because TJ is very liable to draw another thing that will discard it anyway, or just get to the point of the creativity now. But Connor also has a big enough board that if he violent outbursts on TJ's and step an Archon coming back, it's not going to be enough to save him. Cycle. TJ still avoiding. Floats a blue in response, I would assume. And it's going to cycle an Architect of Will. Draw. Force. Force and living in hand. Now we have a draw for turn. Curator Mysteries. Let's go. Isn't really liable to flash in the Brazen Borrower. Brazen Borrower is a 3-1. Ren can just ping it down, so it's not like it's going to get a lot of benefit in play anyway, or put any pressure that TJ can't handle. TJ's probably more than happy to take a turn off to shoot down the Brazen Borrower. Especially, like, as Ren's put a ton of lands in his hand, it's unlikely that TJ doesn't just already have one additional in his hand. Or getting hit for 1 down to 10.
TJ's at 14 as well.
He's at 14 because he fetched. TJ's going to cycle the Triumph, pick it back up. Here comes the Curator. Untap. Draw. Still unable to find a Cascader. Connor is now. Connor has 39 cards left in his deck, and he has not found one Cascader yet. Which is pretty shocking to say the least. Down to 9. He does have Force Negation held up, though. Cycle draw. TJ finds a creativity. Yeah, Door Feed Down's actually viable in the spot because of how much damage the Street Race put in on Connor. Flash in a Brazen Borrower on instep. See what this entails. TJ went up to maximum hand size, so he's able to pitch an Archon. And Odawara, still no Cascader. We're now 38 cards deep. So it was hit TJ, put him to 11, and then Odawara the Ren to keep it from holding. TJ's probably just trying to figure out if he just had straight up lethal pretty soon. He can fetch out 2 more Dwarven Mines unless he has them in hand. I see 1. If he's playing 4, he can set Connor to 6. And if he's able to discard another Archon, Connor will never be able to actually cascade because he'll flip out 2 Archons and then go down to sit. He'll be at 6, 2 Archons will enter, then he'll die once the Archons are done resolving off their ETBs. Another cycle.
With Connor's current card count, there's about a 20% chance he pulls a Cascader.
He's probably supposed to have already pulled a Cascader.
Most definitely.
Yeah. With 8 in your deck, you have these like in your top. He's drawn 22 cards at this point and has not seen one of the 8. So it happens though. That's why we play the game. He runs 4 living ends, yes. So there's 1 living end left in the deck. But if this is max hand size for TJ again, and we're going to discard or clean up, TJ, again, like I said before, will be able to pitch an Archon if it's in hand too, as well, and bring out an Archon. This will also do it as well. Connor has to fire off his force and hope it works. This also cannot be a Shardless Agent. It has to be a Violent Outburst. Because if it's Shardless Agent or bring back the Archon, Connor will not be able to remove it because he had to get rid of the turtle. Also wouldn't have the mana to do it anyway. So TJ's Archon would enter, and then it would go to TJ's turn, then it'd be able to attack. TJ's also down to 6. Down less than 6. Or now it's, I don't know. Defect shock, put him there. Play this, probably just ping. Ping's Connor. Shardless Agent, the one that we couldn't do. There's 4 living in, so he does have 1 available. There, Connor, pay attention, brother. I think I'm pretty sure he just knows he's dead, so that's what he's like focusing on. And a burst lightning, the infamous burst lightning. Oh no, I've seen them, I haven't quite done them. Everybody who's followed the stream, thank you very much. We have PR Fit who's followed. Thank you. We have Con Magic God. Oh, God something. Thank you. And then Garrett 95. And then Nicholas as well. Thanks for the follow. And again, they started playing. Smiley face. Connor's going to shock cycle, go down to 18, and then cycle a street race, so he'll find himself at 16 already. TJ just playing a fetch land, not doing much else. Connor not having a land in hand. Going to cycle a Riverwinder. Missing a land again. Believe. Cycle a Street Wraith. Hits a Breeding Pool. Probably will not shock it in. Maybe will. Might consider griefing right now. A lot of times you like to grief right before you want to cascade, so you know that the way's clear and you're not going to get blown out by like a Spell Pierce or something similar. TJ down to 17. A Turn the Earth. If you have not seen, I closed Scryfall. Oh no. You have not seen Turn the Earth. So TJ special right here. At least head to shop. Choose up 3 cards in your graveyard and a graveyard. The owner of those cards shuffle them back in their library as you gain 2 life, and it has flashback for a colorless and a green. So pretty much, just anytime Connor puts cards in the bin or goes to Cascade, is just going to be a Turn the Earth, cast, tucked cards, and calling it a day. No land again. Firing off an Architect. Draw. Hits the land. And a Brandon Borrower. Fetch for TJ. Curious to see if he goes ahead and tucks the 2 cards. Let's turn the earth. Decides to ice down a land. Draw from ice. So there was fetch shock there, but he did gain 2 off turn the earth, so I don't know if he moved the die for that or not. So he should be at 16. TJ misses a land. Grief. Again, turn the earth still viable here. Veil of Summer. Turn the earth no longer viable here, but TJ does have a spell pierce. I think Connor's trolling. Deciding whether or not he wants to just straight up force this to grief TJ to see what's in his hand. He knows they're all spells. But this right now, in theory, would be the best time for Connor to go for it. The only problem being that we have hindsight. And that TJ has a spell pierce. The other thing is, TJ doesn't even have to use the spell pierce here. But he'll probably do it anyway. You can turn the earth. Connor has the force. And TJ just missed the land drop, so he's not going to be able to have turn the earth and spell pierce open. So Connor's going to fire off Violent Outburst. We're going to Cascade. This is when we actually pivot into Rhinos and TJ's getting blown out. Ultimate plot twist.
Didn't some people do that during the 1K? They put like
Yes, sir.
living.
It was
Hand
actually our
finals.
invitational. Like the finals. It did. It says, I'm going to cast this one. Asked TJ if he wanted to look. TJ asked how many cards are in his hand. It's going to be a turn the earth tuck. TJ found another turn the earth. It's going to get Connor completely blown out. So we're going to have the cards get put to the bottom or get shuffled in along with, or did TJ just counter? Yeah. So TJ missing a land still had every single thing covered. Going up to 18. So there we had a turn the earth tuck. Connor forced. Trying to get his stuff out while TJ was down on mana. TJ ends up spell piercing the force. Connor only has 1 card in hand, so he knows pretty free to do so. Goes from there. Plays land for turn. Connor's now gonna have to try to win the hard way. Not there's very few decks that you're gonna be able to outgrind in a normal way playing Living End against 4-color creativity. Does he have a Fortnite token for his goblin?
Yeah.
TJ always just keeps it spicy for sure. Swing. Hit TJ down to 16. Connor's at 11. This game's all but over. In favor for TJ. Swing actually frees TJ up to swing his goblin token, make a treasure. Have 3 tokens in total. Cast creativity, flip out 2 archons, and just call it a day. Connor's response would be to have to basically Living End to just wipe the board. Get no value back for him. But TJ's going to take the safe route, I believe. Play a Ren, pick up a land. Play land, fetch. Base mountain. Play another Fable. We have a Waker cycle. Probably see. TJ doesn't have Turn the Earth up right now, if I'm not mistaken. He's tapped out. He has a treasure and only has a creativity in hand. But Connor cycled all that stuff his turn. He did have a Shardless Agent in hand. Likes not to do it.
I think he ran out of mana before he could play side.
Well, this first whale cycle, I think he had the option between put a whale in the graveyard and put a Scalding Tarn in hand. So he had the option to pick up the Scalding Tarn, put it in hand, fetch, and then cast Shardless Agent, hope it resolved. And then, sure, all you do is put a Waker in play, but you also clear the entire board.
Yeah.
But then, in response, TJ doesn't really care, because then TJ Creativity's putting the Archon in play. You sack your Waker. Now TJ has an Archon. You have nothing. Like, very unwinnable for Connor, but there's definitely, like, a line where you could force TJ to have it.